Hey everyone, my name is Ciindeh. If you are familiar with my channel, it's been about a year or two. I used to make cooking videos, but then I stopped cooking and started Uber Eating, so my bad. But that's okay, because I am back and I am here for a much more interesting reason. I started an art page. Go check it out if you haven't yet, please. I started an art page because I am an artist and I want to empower others to see themselves as art. My goal with this channel now is to pivot in a similar direction, and I am here to give you your five self-love tips. It's your starter pack. Let's start off with tip number 1. First of all, most important than anything, understand what self-love is. Before I get into the tip, I have to tell you a little bit about my own journey so that it will make sense. Back in long ago, I used to hear these words about, oh, you're never gonna find love until you love yourself. You're never gonna be this until you love yourself. Blah, 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 love yourself, love yourself. Motivational quotes on Pinterest. And just stop it. Like, I want everything without having to do this one other thing because I don't know what that even is. So now back to tip number 1. Understand what it means. Self-love means self-respect, proper boundaries, and positive self-talk. Obviously, it means so much more than this, but this is self-love 101, not like chemistry course on it. Quick background, I was a substitute teacher, and I'm going to share a little anecdote there so that I can better explain this first one. So I had a class of 4th graders, and they do a lot of mindset stuff. So today's prompt was share 3 different things that you can tell yourself when you come across a hard situation instead of I give up. I was having trouble with these kids. Some of them were still writing things like, I'm not smart, like I suck, and this and that. And I was like, whoa, is that what you would tell your little brother? Is that what you would tell your baby sister? And they were like, well, no, oh my God, that's so mean. And I was like, then why would you tell that to yourself? And then they're like, oh. The same stuff that you would tell a younger person in your life to motivate them and encourage them to keep doing their best in whatever they come across are the exact same things you should be able to tell you about whatever you're encountering. So then when I, flipped that script, I got kids saying things like, oh, I'm smart, I can do anything, it's hard, but I can keep going, this and that. That's all positive self-talk. Super, super important. Tip number 2, understand what self-love is not. Self-love is not face masks on a Sunday. Self-love is not lighting candles to take a bath. Self-love is not yoga on the weekend. If you're about to fight me on this, just wait. All the things I just described, as fun as they are tools. I can take a lovely bath on a Sunday with my wine and my bubbles and this and that, but I can still think I'm like the ugliest person on the planet. I can do yoga on a Sunday, but I could still think that I don't deserve love. Self-love is internal. All of these activities I just listed are external. There's no way doing external things will automatically get you the internal results.
However, I should add that doing these external activities, when doing them from a good place and very intentionally, these are actually very great ways to practice self-love and very good ways to meditate on self-love.
Tip number 3, why is it important? So, how you do anything is how you do everything. How you speak to yourself in your head is how you go about your day. Tip number 4, the most important one of all, I would say. Well, no, they're all important, but this is a good one. Be true to your boundaries. It's one thing to say something, it's another thing to do it. Especially, this goes back to dating. So this is the funnest tip of all that your friends love to give you. And especially because I got it a lot. So I used to be the kind that would go on dates and date some guy for X amount of time and then complain and complain and complain. And then after we finally would break it off and I would when I would go to my friends, it was always the conversation of, well, now you know your self-worth, and now you know that you don't take BS, and now you know what you want, and now so you're good. The next time's gonna be so much better. So the next time was never all that much better, and there I go off and do the exact same thing and date the exact same kind of guy. So my boundaries were no good. You got to be able to step out of yourself and look at you from afar and be like, wow, this girl just keeps doing the same shit over and over and expecting different results. This isn't just in loving relationships, this is also in friendships. So for instance, I used to be the friend that a lot of my close friends would come to and ask for advice or ask for answers to their questions, and like for me to just like be the magical whoop, and like tell you exactly what you should do. And it was draining. And it was draining, and I would allow it. And I realized, oh my God, like this is so draining, and I don't want to make people's decisions for them. Why do I keep doing that? Why do people keep coming to me for that? And I used to think just because they came to me for that I was supposed to give them what they wanted. Or you allow people to just put their negative energy on you, you kind of absorb it. And then you get real heavy. And then it becomes a place of like, well shit, like when can I express myself? When can I get the support I want from others? I'm too busy drowning in everyone else's bleh, that I can't like get support from my own or like release my own energies and stuff. So you can still be loving, you can still have friends, you can still do all these things, but it's about setting healthy boundaries. So asking for permission to vent to others, or maybe stopping others before they vent to you, and then saying, hey, you know, right now is not a good time, maybe another, or hey, what do you want with this conversation? Are you asking for advice, or do you just want to vent? Because I'll do one or the other, or I can't do either. Maybe you don't want to do either. That's totally fine. And it's not up to you to determine how the other person's going to feel about it. That's you setting your boundary and following through with it. I will go on a whole nother video for this because this is a good one. There's a whole boundaries 101 coming your way. And last but not least, listen closely to this one. Practice. So when I say practice, it is not practice to achieve some final, like ultimate being, like godly. That is not the goal. The goal is to simply be able to practice daily. That's it. Every day is a choice. A magical aha moment where like everything will be dandelions and butterflies all day long, every day for the rest of your life until you die. It is important to realize that and to accept that, and to be able to still love yourself regardless of your exterior situations. Therefore, practice. Every opportunity that you get to tell yourself something nice for the moment, do it. Every time you're about to complain, it's an opportunity to practice. You have homework now. Go try on all of these things. Anyways, so yeah, this is the new vibe of my channel. If you dig it, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like what I was saying. I will be putting new videos out as often as I can. So, ta-ta now.